Yes.
Hello,
Okay,
all.
I'll be back in a minute.
We're still trying to
Hi,
get
everyone.
things together. We spent a little time finishing off some quests in the now completed firmament. Yay! And now we're getting and hauling our butts back to Bozja. Yeah, I'm kind of slow poking it so that, yeah, and unfortunately we are still having internet weather. I apologize in advance, but I've got a funny feeling it is actually weather related. But there's not much we can do about it, short of praying that eventually it will connect through properly. I wish there was more we can do about it, but it is what it is. It's totally out of our hands. It's definitely not anything we can control here on my desk, if that makes sense. Anyways, week has so far been going pretty good. We were able to return to my friend's computer, and got the nasty virus off of it. We basically brought it in, pointed our little point ray at it, and nuked it from orbit. Or nuked the drive from orbit. It's the only way to be sure.
So what's the problem that had? Yeah.
Oh, the more I looked at it, the uglier it got. Yeah, be forewarned if you have any Asus hardware in your machine, make sure you update it from Windows, not from Asus itself. Because, yeah, apparently a while ago, Asus got hacked bad as a bit of corporate espionage from China. Asus is a Taiwanese company. And unfortunately, a lot of their hardware driver set install disks came with a really, really nasty Trojan.
Yeah, in this case, we suspect that the source of it all was the actual driver disk that shipped with the motherboard. So in this case, it was reinstalled from scratch because the LAN doesn't work straight off of the Windows disk. I used a flash drive to transfer over LAN drivers taken directly from Intel, who built the actual LAN chip, and then got the chipset going with drivers directly from AMD, and Windows could handle everything other than those two.
Now, Asus stuff, their hardware is actually good stuff. It's nothing to sneeze at. Republic of Gamer, which is also the motherboard that we had originally built for our friend, is actually a good motherboard. The problem is the hacked drivers and hacked Armory Chest, which is their global driver update system that comes directly from Asus, got corrupted, and then Asus didn't bother to tell people about it for ages.
The usual thing of we aren't going to admit to it. Other than that, yeah, I generally recommend them as a company, and yeah, that's kind of a problem.
Yeah. Okay, Marsek.
A sign of what's to come. The look in Marsek's eyes tell you the fight for Bozja is far from over. It pains me to say it, but we have reached a stalemate on the Bozjan southern front. The 4th Imperial Legion seems content to play the waiting game, perhaps to conserve their strength until reinforcements arrive. We must act before their ranks are replenished. There is much we wish to discuss with you, though I dare say Bozjan would explain it far better than I.
Okay, Bozjan, my man. What we got?
And from the looks of it, he will be explaining in his sitting.
Oops, shit. I accidentally clicked through. Switching to you real quick.
Allow me to cut straight to the heart of our troubles.
Oh, that was quick.
Yeah. Here's just the one thing. Though we were forced to abandon the castrum, it was our hope that Siege's display of force there was no more than an act of desperation to buy them time. But since then, Queen Gunhildr has been quick to join the fray each time we engage their forces, leaving us little choice but to retreat. We have sustained heavy casualties. Many of those not slain outright have been made slaves to Siege's will. I fear she could defeat our forces utterly if she so chose. Our Dalmascan allies, however, have information to the contrary. To put it plainly, we believe the 4th Imperial Legion has all but exhausted its resources. In the wake of Emperor Varus's death, the War of Succession has brought the whole of Garlemald to the brink of collapse. As for Gabranth, he has refused orders to return to the capital. Apparently, he harbors dreams of building some new nation on the ruins of Dalmasca. He may once have played the loyal servant to Solus, but there was no love lost between him and Varus. It seems his allegiance to Garlemald died with the Emperor. If what you say is true, cutting ties with Garlemald has deprived his forces of any troops or supplies they would otherwise have received. Lord Hien was quick to reach the same conclusion and ordered an assault on the 4th Imperial Legion. That would explain why reinforcements from Garbranth have yet to reach the Bozjan Southern Front. Exactly. Even as we speak, allies from both Dalmasca and Naxia endeavor to halt their advance. Nevertheless, our foes on the Bozjan front have Gunhildr's blades at their command, giving them the upper hand. Would that there were a way to free them from Siege's control.
There may yet be hope, Marsak. I recently received word from the Scions that a cure for the affliction has been found. However,
Yes.
However, the procedure...
Didn't realize I was going to feed into this plot.
However, the procedure would require a great deal of preparation, and that is to say nothing of the difficulty in employing this treatment in combat. If only I hadn't been captured by Miss Aja, none of this would have happened.
Fault lies with me. I'm the one who failed to see through her deceit. You're not to blame for any of this. I know you're smooning about feeling sorry for yourself. Next you'll be saying we should never reforge the blades of Gunhildr. Girl.
He means well. He's trying to help.
Help his ego. And his bar tab.
Mostly his bar tab.
Commander, we've received word of another summoning. Makoto, wait. Where are you going?
It must be like summonings, but we can't think about that. It must be the summonings, but we can think about that later. Please, Theron, Ralia, you've got to stop her.
Algin.
Should the Queen be summoned again, I cannot risk more soldiers falling prey to her influence. Please, you must find Mikoto. Is there anything you wish to discuss before you go?
No, I think we're good.
Nothing.
Are we ready?
Ready as ever.
Maybe?
Enter the Southern Front.
Here we go again.
Still loading in, Rye?
No, you just got here. Or
Okay, Marsek, what do you got for us?
if the Queen were to appear, we would only be a burden. You must go on without us. Oh, I've lost my shell.
Okay. One chocobo carriage made to order.
Ready, ready.
Man, I love this thing. The only problem with it is that it's so big it's hard to tell where I actually am in the whole thing. So I tend to like drive
Yeah.
into things.
Just
And then the
think what
chocobo
lunar
looks at me
whale
funny.
can be like.
Let's see. Metal Fox Chaos.
Metal for
That would be
chaos.
a nope. A big fat nope. That one I do not like doing because I cannot figure out the mechanics to save my life, and you have to know the mechanics and react fast.
Yeah, that's a third row.
Yeah, that's the third lane.
So, yeah.
And that particular one
Third
is
lane.
worse than Mr. Math.
Ouch.
Yeah, it's nothing to sneeze at. As we sneak around everything. Yeah, up in
At
the
least
ruins.
it's daytime.
Yeah,
yeah.
we don't have to deal with the specters. Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they've got enough people for Metal Fox Chaos. Oh, and we are not playing with Blinky over there. Nope, 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 nope.
No.
Unfortunately, he might be blocking our path.
Hey, Caradwin.
Hey, old Caradwin!
And look at all
Good
the
to
red
see you.
chocobos.
Yeah, we're not messing with the red chocobos either.
Yeah, there we go.
We might have to deal with the cactuar,
Who just
though.
had road? Yes.
Are we done? Thank you. Okay, Makoto, what do you think you're doing? Oh boy.
You just go through there. Lowborn traitor. I think that's you.
Don't, From. You'll only provoke her.
My, how the tables have turned. Now, hold still. This won't hurt a bit.
Wait, please don't. Something wrong, Miss Sija. You spared 2 of your captives. Something wrong, Miss Sija. You spared 2 of your captives.
Do it.
Apologies. Seems I misspoke.
If you've come to bark orders, don't bother. The next step in my plan has already been set into motion. Now, if you'll excuse me. Those were a new Gabriel type.
Mm-hmm. I certainly hope she knows what she's doing. That icon of hers is all we have left to buy us time until reinforcements arrive. But what on earth could this new plan of hers be? Oh, I do so love a good scheme. Alas, I've been strictly forbidden from helping her.
Someone doesn't like the situation. Interesting.
Let us return to Kangos. I have seen more than enough.
Uh-oh. Oh, this is bad. This is bad if she's having an echo.
Okay.
Has he known all along? No, this would be future. If it's her echo.
Not another step. We have you surrounded.
Who did she deplete it?
Or? Well, it's over, Miss Ija. We know full well the crystal's power is spent. From that, yes. I was wondering if maybe it could have been blocked.
Makoto, you okay? Another vision. Did you see it too? Come, Theron, Alia. Talon, we must inform the others. Interesting.
Very.
Okay, back on kitty cam. I didn't want to switch over in the middle of a cinematic. I see someone is pruning themselves. I'm always up for cookies or brownies or other munchables. Apparently that Koblin wasn't, but that's his problem. Where's Mr. Ugly? Mr. Ugly is not here. That is fine by me. As we kind of sneak through all the Koblins. Bye, Koblin. And now we have to go all the way back to Gengos. Interesting. Someone made friends.
Yep. That happens around here.
Happens all too often, actually. Yeah, that looks ugly. Well, looks like we're still in the red for streaming. Meh. I really don't know what to do about this internet weather. It used to be pretty solid.
I've been noticing a little bit of, like, pausing and such as you're writing across here, so, yeah.
Yeah, our stream conductivity is
here
in the red.
Yeah.
Which I'm not happy about, but I don't know what to do about it either. Oh no,
Yeah,
we have a Nimrod after us. Whatever shall we do?
Like I have said, I kind of suspect it's the annual Comcast winter season celebration via insufficient cable loop just happening 2 months later than it usually does.
Put it past them.
Because every December it seems like we have problems. We didn't have any problems this December.
Yeah, also keep in mind
Yes.
that I believe Twitch's main servers are in Chicago, and to be blunt, outside of California is a giant icicle at the moment.
Yeah, but I'm having problems with basically ping to the data center and back because I'm having problems with your location.
Yeah.
That's what I was talking about with the pausing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much, Caradwin. I agree with that assessment.
And remember, I can't see any of that, so because I've got this off to help our internal traffic.
Understood.
Now that that Blade Surnath, let's try this again. Now that Blade Surnath, Vexna, and Cinda have arrived, would you care to elucidate your findings, Makoto?
To speak plainly, I believe the apparition summoned at Castrum Lactus Latori and again on the southern front is not what we call an icon or a primal. Not in the strictest sense of the term.
The hell's you talking about, lass? I've heard me fair share of tales about primals, and what you've all told me of this Queen Gunhilder fits the description to a bloody tittle. According to our records, Queen Gunhilder wielded the power of the blade not to summon a god, but to become one, that she could protect our people.
So she made herself a vessel of its power, yeah? Masaja claims that after the fourth umbral calamity was averted, the queen was able to return to her mortal form. Tales passed down to the ages state as much the same. It appears Queen Gunhilder was able to call upon its power at will. Then that...
sorry, that was Basalja.
And that would mean that a living vessel is required to wield the blade's true power. That does not explain why it instead manifested in the form of Queen Gunhilder.
Based on our experience at the castrum and what we observed on the southern front, I believe that blade was imbued with the queen's memories in the form of an aether at the moment of her death, and that the crystal focus was used to draw them out. Does this not sound familiar, Theron, Alia, Talon? Aether absorbed into a vessel and thereafter used to call forth unspeakable monstrosities.
Yeah, that sounds like aura sight.
Precisely. It's the phenomenon quite similar to the aurosite we discovered in Rabanastre. As you may recall, Argath Trasfalse harbored a burning desire to rule, which made manifest in the ruins of Lacier.
It was the same for my brother, Bagaman. His guilt over the deaths of the prince and the princess served as a catalyst for his own grisly transformation.
Just a quick note for those following along, those were two of the raid bosses from the Return to Ishvala's raid chain, which happened last expansion cycle.
Yes. I see. From what we have learned of the Holy Blade thus far, it has much in common with Arasite.
It is merely conjecture, but I suspect that Save the Queen was actually crafted from Arasite and altered to amplify the desire of whoever wields it.
Who would be capable of such a feat?
I don't know. I could think of some dark, cloaky, and assholeian guys that could do it.
I cannot say for certain, but together with the crystal foci, it is reminiscent of ancient allied technology. How it found its way to the hands of Bozjans is another's guess.
Now hold on a bleeding minute. Let me see if I'm understanding this right. You're saying that thing you saw in the castrum weren't no primal, but a mere sliver of the Queen's aether, what was left over in the blade.
It seems like it, but on the other hand, Nostalgia can keep conjuring up as many times as she wants.
Considering what it was designed for, that shade of the Queen is the least of our worries.
Indeed, Nostalgia's ultimate goal is likely to become a vessel for the Blade's power, much like the Queen did to avert the Fourth Umbral Calamity. With apt preparation, Theron, Rylea, and Talon could likely vanquish the shade of Queen Gunhilda. But if Nostalgia should succeed in bringing the full force of the Blade to bear...
Are you suggesting there's a chance he could lose? Impossible! Why, I can't even count the number of stories I've heard of Theron's, Rylea, and Talon's godslaying adventures. What's one more notch in their belts? I'm butchering her voice tonight. I'm sorry, guys. It's been too long since I've done a proper Vera voice.
Blame it on internet weather.
Yes, I'm going to blame it on internet weather. That's a good answer.
I would rather it not come to that. Thankfully, Nostalgia has yet to find a store of crystals suitable for her plans. And I doubt she will, for the time being at least. If the blade were designed in a manner like to the crystal foci, we must act now, while there's still time.
Dun dun dun.
New entries have been added to the field record under collection in the section of the main menu. So now we have a third page.
Lilja and Bawagi. Interesting. Just a second, I'm checking that log. Yes, we do have a third page. Oi!
Field record, page 3. 21. Lilja Sagisaurus. Rarity 3-star, even though they're handing it out to everyone. Race Viera, age 19. Birthplace Rabanastre, Dalmasca. A new recruit to Gorland Ironworks, Lilja first awakened to her talents as an engineer while receiving an imperial education in her native Rabanastre. Her academic accomplishments won her acceptance to the prestigious Magitech Academy in the imperial capital. But ere she could relocate to commence her studies, resistance forces launched a large-scale offensive that transformed Rabanastre into a battlefield. The young Viera was forced to seek refuge in Doma, where she sustained herself by repairing machina and designing custom contraptions. Word of her uncommon expertise chanced to reach the visiting Jesse, who offered her a place at the ironworks. Having been an admirer of the organization due to its part in the liberation effort, she accepted without a moment's hesitation. Despite her cheery and optimistic facade, Lilja has a conflicted soul. Like no few Dalmascan orphans, she was taken into imperial care and underwent schooling intended to instill a sense of allegiance to Garlemald. And while most of her peers remained fiercely loyal to their homeland, only giving their tutors lip service, Lilja could not muster up the selfsame passion. For though she could not approve of Garlean rule, it seemed to her the alternative, a Dalmascan monarchy, would not improve the lot of the common man. Further blurring the lines of her loyalty was the respect she came to hold for the occupying 4th Imperial Legion, which did not forcibly conscript civilians to its ranks. During a public address, its commander, the goddess Van Galbranth, proclaimed that it falls to each man to use his talents to forge his own way in life. Lilja was among those present when those words were uttered, and they spoke to her more than any nation's standard ever could. Nevertheless, she could ill turn a blind eye to the many wrongs Garleans committed against those they subjugated. All of this served to make of Lilja a woman who opposed the Empire, yet not strongly enough to take up arms against it, the seeming contradiction giving rise to a storm of self-doubt. In joining the Ironworks, however, she was able to quell her inner turmoil by focusing on a new objective, to simply be herself, a free spirit unburdened by whatever chaos may unfold around her. Witnessing the likes of Sid and Jesse devoting themselves to their work, she recalled the words of Van Galbranth, and duly set about using such knowledge and skill as she possessed to the best of her ability.
Perhaps I'm overthinking it, but what if we were to... You're definitely overthinking it, Lilja. Let's actually make this thing, shall we? Yes, I suppose you're right, Jesse. There's only one other idea I had. Lilja! Yeah, that sounds like one of their conversations.
22. Bawagi Inzi Panka. 3-star, rarity, race Banga, age 48, birthplace Valmain, Dalmasca. Bawagi is a member of the resistance group Lentes Tears, serving as their liaison with the Eastern Alliance. Versed in the workings of Machina, he is also charged with the maintenance of the airship Isar. Despite being a fusilier by training, Bawagi struggled to master the cylindered swords employed by the style. He compensates for this weakness with his superior swordsmanship, which sees him unerringly strike distant targets even with short-barreled weapons. As a young Banga, Bawagi was scarcely a soldier-blooded when he fought the Empire as part of the Dalmascan Royal Fusiliers. When the kingdom fell, his unit was incorporated into the Imperial Army, and he was disinclined to serve his conquerors, choosing instead to embark upon a rambling journey. While he had many a memorable moment during his wanderings, nothing is so close to his heart as his visit to the industrial city of Abdella in Garlean-occupied Landis. As he strolled through the streets, he came upon a play being performed by a troupe of Eshvan nomads, who were known as much as a source of foreign rumors as they were for their song and dance. The play was a whimsical affair depicting the love lives of ordinary folk, but to Bawagi, who had lived his entire life under a grim pall of conflict, it was anything but ordinary. Even as he was moved by the tale, he was struck by the jovial mood of the city, which had since regained normality following his conquest. This was his first experience of peace, and it proved heady. Taken by a sudden longing, he begged to join the troop, only to be politely rejected. Soon thereafter, Bawagi reunited with his erstwhile comrades, and together they formed a pirating crew. But he never forgot the joy he felt that day in Abdella, and took it upon himself to lighten spirits whenever possible. His japes were more often daft than droll, but he persisted in being inside for every grin he succeeded in drawing from his crewmates. Alas, the carefree days of grieving were not to last, for his leader, Bagaman, would fall under the influence of an Auracite. The stone fed upon the battle-hardened Banga's burning hatred for the Empire, warping him into the draconic abomination Yazmat, and only in death was he set free. Desiring to carry on his respected brother-in-arms legacy, Bawagi chose to lend his strength to the resistance, and with this decision a grim determination turned to his countenance, where it will remain until such time as his homeland is free once more.
Yeah, that entire last paragraph, that all happened inside the Rabanastre raid.
Yep. Oh, that's an interesting one.
Yeah, that's the official herald symbol of the House Zamal. And of course, that's of Ishgard itself.
As I work my way through all the different prisms they've been handing out
and that's
lately.
the Holy See, and that's an Indigo Star like they hand out in Lucky Charms. Will you stop that? We can continue on with the class.
Happy?
Fine, be that way. Have some Advent cakes. Bozjan.
Fit for a queen. Bozjan would waste no time in dealing with Mesija. If Mesija yet lacks what is required to fulfill her plans, then we must either wrest the blade from her grasp or destroy it. Should the situation call for it, we may need to cut her down in the process.
What if it was possible to take both Mesija and the blade into our custody without conflict?
You innocent child, you.
As I understand it, there have been markedly fewer sightings of the Queen's apparition, correct?
Yes, and with good reason. With no means of combating such a foe, our troops have barely set foot outside our encampments.
I believe that Mesija has her own reasons for making the sporadic appearances. She must use the crystal focus to conquer Queen Garhilda, and therein lies the rub, for its reserves of aether are not without limitation.
Then perhaps she fears the crystal focus nears exhaustion. But what prevents her from simply restoring its aether and resuming her assault?
Well, it just so happens the crystal focus requires aether of a very specific sort. We were only able to find one source, and that's still depleted from when we used it. Before we returned, Faerun, Rylea, and Talyn and I chanced to spy Mesija commanding Queen Gunhilder to enslave a group of her soldiers. But the apparition vanished after only turning one of them. I suspect the crystals lack the energy necessary to complete the task.
That's all well and good, lass, but Mesija ain't no fool. Until she figures out how to get the crystal focus working again, she won't be showing her face again.
She will. At least, I think she will. Faerun and I shared another vision of the future.
Heading to the ruins in the midst of a storm. But for what? $1.21 gigawatts?
Well, it looks like the part of the vision is already coming true. Thunderclouds are gathering above the southern front, and a nasty downpour won't be far behind.
Finally, I did the voice right! Sorry.
And we must make ready before the rains come in earnest. Marsak, ready the men. I understand your trepidation, Mikoto, but you must have faith in your gift. We will stop Mesija. I promise you that. It was not by Irealia's hand alone that we survived our ordeal in Rabanastre, lest you forget. We each have our part to play, and yours is no less important than any other. Speaking of which, you'd best join the others and set out afore the rains come.
Yes, of course.
Bozjan?
After careful instruction from Mikoto, our soldiers are ready to depart. When you are ready, Blade Sarnath, Blade Vexna, Blade Incinda, we will make for the ruins.
Unfortunately, I'm going to have to call a pause here with you guys, because I've got a feeling this is going to dump us into the new place, and I kind of want to deal with some things before that. This won't take long, hopefully. Maybe.
Meantime, as the all magic prism show. Someday I'll burn my way through some of these.
Well, now'd be the time.
Because good lord have they been handing them out lately. Oh, actually, I will be right back as well. Stand by for these commercial messages. Or not.
How's the signal been? Pretty rocky. I am not surprised. I mean, in some cases, it's just I'm hearing your dialogue and lots of color. Yeah. See why the sound is coming through because it's redundant. But,
Okay, I have
So,
returned.
you ready for this?
Sorry about that, but bathroom calleth. I don't know if I want to go in as tank. What should I go in as? I could do red mage, I could do black mage, I could do dragoon, I could do ninja.
I'd recommend the old Dragoon party, except I can't take part in that one.
I am so not wanting to do it as healer though, so no asked. Yeah, everyone make sure you go before we leave the encampment. Let's go ninja and show off my dorky little fascination hat.
Meanwhile, I just look good.
I mean, I could go... We could go, like, double red mage, but, ninja.
We might want the healing.
True. Double red mage it is.
Because I have had to full heal us through some of this before, so...
Though,
Oh dear. Nope, I think we need to break up.
Oh, yes! Can you two leave party? Actually, this should give me a...
Oh no.
a dump out.
Yeah.
I'll be with you in 2 shakes of a Hrothgar's tail.
Yes.
And if that's... Yep, and away
Hopefully
we go.
the cutscenes won't go much over half an hour. Because they're giving us the several cutscenes in sequence warning.
Yeah. Everything appears to be in order. Are you ready? You know they're serious when they actually give you warnings.
Yeah. Am I ready? I was waiting for you!
I'm so glad they actually give those warnings now. They didn't used to, and you find yourself with like an hour plus cinematic mode.
Mm-hmm.
I hope this doesn't go an hour.
And we finally get to see what's in here.
Oh, right. Yeah, it's that place. Yeah. We
Yeah.
have been wondering about this one.
No, he has a coral mustache. It's a very FF thing.
Well, so far this is playing out right.
The Tomb of the Queen. Oh boy.
Not another step. We have you surrounded. It's over, Messija. We know full well the crystal's power is spent. I knew it wasn't going to be this simple. A trap?
Come out, Makoto. I know you're here. You thought your visions of the future would offer you an advantage, but you are not the only one to possess such gifts. Not any longer. Oh. Oh dear.
Yeah.
A scholar you may be, but you were a fool to come here. Your precious knowledge will avail you not against the kiss of cold steel.
Do not be unnerved. Without the Queen to aid them, victory may yet be ours. To arms! Oh, if, say, Estinian wanted to show up about now, I would not be unhappy.
And that's a full-on Gabriel unit, a production model. Yay! Not.
Yep.
Little healing! Please, thank you! Ah, mob cycle! Nope, nope, don't want to be there. Well, he's leaving a mess all over the battlefield. And she
He sure
bails.
Wuss.
Good to know. Not willing to put her HP where her mouth is.
Admiral, but futile nonetheless. Oh gosh, it's an upgraded version of the Gabriels. New new match attack armor. Delta Gabriel. Right. Oh boy. Come on. Let me get out of here. Oh, this is going to be a fun fight. For various qualifications of fun.
Yep, that's about it. Oh, you're gonna be like that about it, are you?
Yes, he is.
Goody.
set up right in a place that I can't court him.
Yeah, that's an eat.
Go, red mage healing power!
Didn't see what order they came down in. Ow! Dead.
Oh no!
Yeah, I couldn't see what order they came down in, so I didn't know where to go.
There's one set that they all come down at once, and only this tiny spot in the middle is safe.
I never saw it. And it looks like I'm all the way to the start. Yeah, I'm all the way at the start. Shh.
Yeah, this guy is a bugger.
Was doing fairly well on him, but I had 0 ways to dodge that because I was nowhere near the center.
Right.
Yeah, I'm all the way at the start.
Okay, switching to full kit cam.
I'm gonna be here a long time.
You can do it.
I don't know.
First off, ignore the big guy, go for the little guys.
Yeah, I was wondering. I doing that last time didn't seem to go slower, so I'm trying this instead. Because I was behind you the entire time. Not quite right. Come on. Come on. Yeah, I didn't even see that dodge last time. She just kind of vanished.
Fortunately, you only have to deal with one of these buggers.
I was noticing that. this bounce I haven't entirely understood the point of.
The bounce also changes locations. I've had that bounce knock me back into the last firing arc of this guy a couple of times during my fight.
I was wondering if that was the point of it.
Clever, you used the arena wall to keep you from getting knocked around too much.
Yes! That's what it's there for, isn't
I
it?
did not think of that. You wish.
Now, I'm managing much better positioning on these things than I did the first time.
Yeah, there's your hole in the center.
Figures. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, you're doing just fine.
Yeah, this is going faster than the first time. Oop. You don't want to do that.
Good
Or
job.
not. Just looking to see where the missiles were going to fall. Again.
Well, she played us good.
The doors aren't open yet.
Well, have you broken the lock yet?
Yes, ma'am. Opening it now. Oh, dear. I hope you don't mind me butting in.
He's new.
Rustic, what are you doing here? I couldn't let you have all the fun.
Another one come crawling out of the woodwork. Gunhilder's blades, to me! You're to protect this blade with your lives, in the name of the Queen! Where are they going?
Go on ahead. Leave their toys to us.
I have something different because I have gone through the gunbreaker chain. Let me flip scenes real quick. Ah, we've met before. That day with Radovan, who's my gunbreaker teacher. But now is not the time. Go ahead, leave their toys to us.
We'll be right behind you. Now, Mikoto needs you.
One of the nice things about this game is you will get minor branching dialogue paths depending on what you have done in-game up to the point where you hit that. You can now participate in the 24-player duty Delubrum
Rigane. This duty can be joined solo, as a party, or as an alliance by speaking with Mikoto in the underground ruins or Sageros and Gangos. Players will be matched automatically even after leaving the underground ruins or Gangos. It should be noted that although this duty is in a separate instance, lost actions can still be used after entering. Be sure to prepare lost actions from the lost finds or cache, as they may prove key to turning the tide of battle. You may also speak with Mikoto or Sageros for further details about Delubrum Rigane before entering the duty.
And from all reports, we should wait on that until tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we can't do
Oh,
it.
certainly.
Yeah,
I doubt it's going to be a trial. But while we're here, Mikoto, ask about Delubrum Rigane. Utir.
Yeah, it's a full duty overview.
Okay, that's all the stuff that they were saying before.
And then they go
All
into...
equipment will be adjusted to level 430. Materia bonuses will be ignored. Well, that answers that for this place at least. Regardless of the item level of gear affixed with materia. Duty details, lost actions, traps. Players may encounter traps while fighting their way through Delubrum Rigane. Traps are invisible and, when triggered, can deal large amounts of damage or afflict players with any number of debilitating effects. Like turning you into an otter?
Something like that.
There are certain lost actions that will allow one to detect traps before they're activated. Players incapacitated in Delubrum Rigane will lose a portion of the metal required to reach their next rank. After being incapacitated, an additional penalty to metal will be incurred should players use return to retreat from the battlefield to the start of the instance. Players who leave the instance while incapacitated will also receive the aforementioned penalties. The additional effects of Bozjan gear will also be applied in Delubrum Rigane. Moreover, by completing this duty, players will obtain items that can be exchanged for more powerful gear. Treasure coffers that appear in this instance yield separate rewards for each player. Be certain to open any you find as you fight your way through the ruins.
Yeah. And this place gets you the Judge armor set.
Right. Exit the Gangos.
Actually, small talk.
If only I had remembered what Masalja did to me. I recall the strange device and being tied down, but sadly the rest is a haze. That she would go to such lengths to lay claim to those ruins can only mean one thing. A store of crystals with the capacity to power save the queen must lie within. Please, you must stop her. Even if she should bring the blade's full might to bear, all hope would be lost.
I will also note that contraption you've seen. We've seen it before.
What a fascinating magic construct. These ruins seem to stretch on forever.
We
This
saw
is the
it at the
secondary
end
room
of
we've
Stormblood, as it effectively transferred the Echo from a standard Echo holder to another individual who did not have Echo. We've seen it happen twice. One is to a lady who is now our prisoner in Alamigo. The other is to our best friend.
friends like these, who needs Ascians?
Yeah, pretty much.
But I find the ruins interesting.
Yeah, the ruins are definitely interesting. We will definitely leave this for tomorrow, and we will stream, hopefully starting at 9:30. Is there anything else we want to clean up with? Because we've got about 10 minutes or so.
What's going on with the Resistance Scout?
I think that's our way back into the area.
Yeah, that's your way back in.
Okay.
For the quest, yeah.
I think it's just
Actually, we should talk to the appraiser for these 2 new items they gave us.
Yes. That's right. I was remembering it.
Lost perception. I bet you that's what you need for the traps. And a second lost perception.
Oh, okay. Observation. Yeah. Give us 2 of those. Forgotten Fragment of Awakening. Essence of the Skirmishers. Yay, 2 more things out of my inventory.
Yeah. But yeah, we got through a huge chunk of story tonight, and we have to get through all of the story before we can unlock the next step of the relic chain.
Yeah, but at least it's nowhere near as annoying as going through the 3 lanes last time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know if you guys have seen, but apparently the Taiwanese company that runs the Korean company that runs the Korean servers for FF recently put out a little short advertising piece that is actually kind of adorable. But,
yeah, it's nicely done.
But oh man. The entire thing of tombstones effectively being smartphones without cell reception has gotten to be hilarious, because tombstones were in the game before smartphones were a twinkle in Steve Jobs' eyes.
He was not quite that old, but before they kind of got to the point where they're around the same size and shape.
I don't know. Let me look that up real quick.
Yep.
It's a silly emote, but I like it. And yes, out there have been people who have been producing the standard Tombstone of Poetics back panel
cell phone case
as a cell phone case.
Yeah. Maybe I should see if they've done one for the Pixel 4a.
Yeah, you might have to dig a little, but it's there. Any case, thank you all very much for joining us. I guess we're kind of done here for the evening, so we'll go ahead and clock out. We will be back on tomorrow night starting at 9:30 to run the new place and hopefully finish off the story if we're lucky. We do have to keep an eye out because, to be blunt, it is not gonna be pretty. A lot of people are saying it's... A lot of people are giving it about the same difficulty level as the Castrum Lactis Latori, which is not actually that difficult, except for the fact that you're trying to coordinate 48 different people who are pugs.
Yeah. Now, the good news is part of the problem with the Castrum is it only goes off at on occasion. It looks like you queue for it like with nearly anything else.
Which I think is the smarter maneuver. I think they really should put the Castrum in the queue and you just wait until you have enough members and then everybody goes. But the problem with the castrum, I don't know if you realized it, is that it is not in a separate instance. It's in the same instance that you exist in when you enter Bozjan. So any shouts that you are doing, which is a zone-wide tell, everyone who is outside the castrum can see those.
Oh, good.
This has caused a little consternation because there's some parts of the fight that you can only really communicate via shouts.
Yes, and you need to communicate.
Yeah. Oh, is Caradron actually online and streaming? I know he was watching in the chat for a little while.
Yes, he is.
Well, in that case,
He is online.
I will drop everyone over to a raid to his channel. Caradron, I hope you're ready. Here comes the crew.
And they're hungry.
And we are raiding. Thank you all for joining us. Hope to see you here tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Everyone have a great night.